What's up, y'all? So I'm on here on TikTok and I'm fooling around. And I came across this woman's page and she said this is day 5 that she doesn't have any food stamps. She said they took her food stamps. She said they cut off her disability check. She said, what else did she say happened? It was a lot of stuff. Oh, she said Section 8 was on hold. And she said a lot of stuff was going on. And she said she's 5 days in without food, and she's been asking all of her followers. She has over 20,000 something followers, and they won't send her a dime so she can feed her and her kids. And she said that it's not her responsibility to feed the kids, it's the taxpayers' responsibility to feed the kids. So basically, she said something about her disability check was cut and her SSI check was cut and her food stamps was snatched and Section 8 was on hold. It was a lot of stuff going on. And she said that it was our responsibility, the taxpayers, to feed these children or something like that. But the way she was asking, this is my first time coming across her, the way she was even asking was very, very rude or whatever. But I don't know, maybe she tired of asking or something. I don't know. And I'm wondering too, is this going on since Trump got into office or something? Maybe because I have heard him saying something about the cutting the food stamps. Because remember that time I told y'all he was at a press conference and he was talking about taking the food stamps away, and they had to hold that big white man out of there. He had went off. He started screaming. So I don't know, like if that's starting to happen or something. But maybe she should ask a little nicer too. But she was saying that if people didn't send her out her $20,000 followers, if people didn't send her money and they watching her, that they were going to get blocked. I don't know what's going on, but I do know this. Right now, everybody in the bond. It's hard. Like it's kind of like everybody is everybody's situation. Like if somebody fall in a situation and like they basically stuck with their own thing, I guess, trying to maneuver unless you got the good Lord on your side or something like that. Or, if it's a close family member and somebody could stretch something for you or make something happen. You know, it's hard today to even get $20. I remember, when I was a kid, $20 was big money. I was always a daddy's girl, y'all, and I've always went to the grocery store with my father, Jules, and these grocery stores or whatever. And man, I remember my father would go in there every weekend because my father worked at Caterpillar. And I remember my father would take his baby girl with him and we would go to the grocery store, and he would go in his wallet and he would hand them a single $20 bill. And we had all kind of groceries. He had to carry bags. I had to carry bags. The people was at the end, the baggers asking, did we need help? We had a lot of groceries back then for $20. My father only reached in his wallet and opened it, and I was up under him. He was already short, and I was up under him. And that man would open up his wallet and he would hand them a single $20 bill, a single bill. We had so many groceries we couldn't tote them. But now you go in there with $20. $20 is damn near the entrance fee to get in there. To park VIP to get into the club. $20 just basically now gets your foot in the door. I don't know what's going on, but this woman is really upset or whatever. And like I said, the way she's saying that it's the taxpayers' responsibility, it's our responsibility. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and look at her page. She was pretty nasty. Maybe she would ask nicer, people would help her. But then, like I said too, a lot of people support bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on here night and day. A lot of people support bullshit. Like when you real, you can't get no help. Even though you ain't even trying to get help for yourself, you trying to help the people. They don't care about that. People want to be entertained. You see what I'm saying? And if you ain't doing nothing that helps them be entertained, then people won't help you with nothing. But I don't know if it's my responsibility to help her or not, because if I had to help her, I probably wouldn't, just because of the way she's asking and the way she's being nasty about it. And then she's telling me that it's the taxpayers' responsibility to feed her children or whatever, whatever. I mean, if I had something going on like that, I would be in a humble state of mind. I would be like them people that's over there in them other countries just trying to get to America, that y'all see on these videos, that's crying, that's laying on dirt floors, you know, help me, help me. I haven't in 20 years. I kind of would have a different approach. But then again, sometimes approach doesn't matter, because I've been on here too. Like I said, I've been trying to help with situations that could help go further too, but won't nobody help me. But people will get on here and they'll pay for the entertainment. I can find a nice way. People will get on here and pay for the horse. People will get on here and pay for the cow manure. But you can't tell people how to spend their money. Nobody cares about how they spend their money, and a lot of people got a lot of it. But when things don't affect other people, then other people don't understand until it affects them. So I don't know. I'm just on here grazing, going across or whatever, and everything's been cut off. And I'm just wondering if all these things have gotten cut off from her since Trump was in office. But, they've always talked about, people overusing Section 8, people overusing food stamps, people holding their positions like in the scatter sites and in the projects, and that, Section 8 is supposed to be a tool. I've been on Section 8 and I love Section 8. If it wasn't for Section 8, I wouldn't be here today. How Section 8 is supposed to be a tool, it's supposed to be a stepping stool to help you get on your feet. And I agree, it is a stepping stool, but I've had some girlfriends in my life that sat there and they put that Section 8 on lock, and some of them still got it on lock today. And I'm 48 now. Some of them still holding on that position. They still producing babies. When the older ones get grown and they leave out the house and get their own houses, and then they can't claim them on taxes money and stuff like that, they'll go have more babies and the father ain't nowhere around or whatever. Some women do lay on their Section 8, but then after a while, their bodies get tired and old and weak and they can't do it no more. Then they don't have any other choice but to get the job. I don't know. I know about these stories because I have girlfriends, and I used to go to my mom and tell my mom about some of the things that my girlfriends were doing. Then, mom would say, I had a girlfriend, she H, Y, Z, while she was on Section 8, and right, it's right. Like, these stories go back. And I guess, maybe Trump is tired of people holding these Section 8. Maybe he's looking at the list and seeing that these people have been on Section 8 for over 30 years, over 40 years. And he's saying that if you ain't got yourself together by now, you ain't going to get yourself together by now. You ain't together because we've been taking care of y'all. Like, I don't know. I just know a lot of things he's tired of. And maybe this happens to be one of them. I don't know. I'm just ratting off at the mouth and just talking.